This video today is about mistakes, and that's probably because I've made more than what I feel is my fair share lately. I want to give you two ideas because there's something we can do in that moment when they happen, when we're on stage or we're live on camera. And the second one is after the fact, because it's after the fact when our inner critic will kind of go berserk and really dig into us. So I want to give you a solution for that. Hi, I'm Leslie Fiorenzo, and if you're tuning into my channel for the first time, I want to say welcome. But second of all, I'm dedicating this channel to helping you be a better speaker. Now let's think about mistakes, because we all make them when we're on stage or when we're live at an event. And I talked recently in another video about the mistake I made on television. Here's my point, is we all make them. And if you have the luxury or the infrastructure behind you like they do in Hollywood, well, those are called outtakes. For most of us who are on YouTube with simply our phone or another vehicle, our computer, making recordings, we don't have all that. So I want to encourage you to think about using this MAPS acronym. If you know me, you know I love mnemonics, acronyms, whatever you want to call them, to help you remember things in that moment. So here's what MAPS stands for. First of all, mistakes happen. We know that. Second of all, acknowledge the mistake. Ooh, I tripped over my words. Oops, let me try that again. Something. Then pivot. Move quickly to your next point. We're not going to dwell. We're just going to acknowledge, and then we're going to move forward. And steady yourself. Now that's one of the reasons why I encourage everyone to keep both feet flat on the floor anytime they are presenting, whether it's seated or standing, so that you can feel more grounded. But steadying can also look like simply focusing on the breath. If you have a breathing technique you practice beforehand, that can come into play here. So I can simply remember to focus on my deep breathing and remain calm and move forward with my presentation. So mistakes happen, acknowledge them, pivot, and steady yourself. That's MAPS. Now what happens after your event is finished? Your brain is going to look back, and if you're not careful, that inner critic will come alive. It'll say, see, told you, who do you think you are? You shouldn't be doing this. You're not good enough. All those nasty messages. Remember, when it comes forward, when it sounds in our head, we want to thank it, appreciate you. Who doesn't like to be thanked for their work? Everybody wants to be thanked and acknowledged. So even this inner critic, you can call it the subconscious, I don't care what you call it, it's alive and well in your being. You need to retrain it. And that's what this is all about, is retraining your inner critic to be your inner champion. So thank it. Let it know, I need you to share something different with me. I need a different message to help me move forward. So what I would ask you is recite my affirmations. So that's when you move, right? That's what you do. You say, hey, yep, thanks, I know I made a boo-boo, but I am pretty amazing. I have a powerful message to share. I am able to do this. Whatever words follow, I am, will show up for you. So I'm not great. Well, guess what? You're not going to be great. I am amazing. I am powerful. I have a lot of valuable information to share. I am able to do this in a confident way. I am confident. All of those positive things that I've talked about many times before, this is where you call them up, because it's going to be after the fact. Maybe when you're falling asleep that night, that your inner critic will start at you. And so you want to be able to say, nope, not going there. I'm going to call on the voice of my champion to help me reframe. And that's what you want to do. Okay, I made a mistake. I'm going to move on. Another thing you could try, and I'm not an expert at this by any means, but I just learned about it. As a matter of fact, I was reminded about it because I knew about it. I'd forgotten the practice of laughter yoga. And if you don't know what that is, I would invite you to look it up and maybe find somebody else on YouTube who is an expert. But it's essentially making yourself laugh. It's about making light of a situation. Now, not that mistakes aren't serious. Some are more serious than others. But we want to be able to laugh because laughter brings us joy and happiness. And so it's starting with fake laughter. And the person whose name I will not recall at this moment in time that developed this technique in the 90s, laughter yoga, found that our brains don't really know the difference between fake laughter and real laughter. So it's the idea of fake it till you make it. Start with a fake laugh and then you'll generate a real laugh. And then I would encourage you to journal what you learned. For me, many times I make mistakes or I trip over my words when I'm presenting because I'm moving too fast. If we are live and in person and I have a time limit on my presentation, there's so much I want to say that I get in a hurry. Knowing that about myself, I can step back and in my pre-presentation plan, I can say something along the lines of, remember, Leslie, you want to slow down. Now, I'm not going to be to the point where I'm going to be boring, but neither do I want to really quickly hurry. I've got to have a pace somewhere between the two. And vocal variety, that's a subject for another video. My point in sharing these ideas with you is we can do something in that moment when the mistakes happen. So that's the MAPS idea: mistake, acknowledge, pivot, and steady. And then we need to do something after the fact. As we review our day, review our presentation, it's the ability to really tap into our champion who's going to encourage us to do this again and again and get a little bit better each time. Laughing at ourselves, enjoying life, enjoying the journey, enjoying the opportunity to present, having fun with it. And then where can I learn? What can I do better next time? But what did I learn this time that will help me move forward? So those are my ideas about mistakes today. I appreciate you turning in. Remember, it is not about perfection. It is about moving towards excellence. And if you know someone who would benefit from this video, please share it. And of course, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time.